Okay, we'll do a short presentation on the CCIM Central Canada chapter and what it's all about. It stands for Certified Commercial Investment Member. It's a professional real estate designation conferred by the National Association of Realtors, which is the largest association of realtors in the world, out of Chicago on North Michigan Way. The CCIM Institute is a division of the National Association of Realtors, and it confers the designation CCIM. The local chapter is a group of about 150 commercial realtors. About 65% of the chapter is real estate brokers and salespeople, and the rest you're going to see in a moment is a combination of developers, service providers to the industry, mortgage brokers, buyers, sellers, investors, etc. That's a little explanation. There's over $400 billion worth of transactions worldwide by CCIMs worldwide, and in the Toronto area, CCIMs have had some of the highest individual transactions amounts, and they do a lot of business. They also buy on their own accounts too, so you can treat them also as buyers sometimes because they're all involved in real estate as well and appreciate the value of real estate. So we've got some statistics there, and it's pretty well spreading throughout the world. You'll see designations in over 30 countries now of the world. It's a language. It's a language of real estate, understanding net operating incomes, time value of money, all that kind of stuff around the world, and it's being accepted by banks, institutions, Fortune 1000 companies as sort of a line of being able to relate to buying and selling real estate. So it's noted as one of the premier commercial real estate designations in the world today. You can see there's over 400 course offerings, and there's many online education offerings as well. So non-designation education. In other words, you don't have to get your CCIM designation to getting education and business. A percentage of what's going on with the chapter. We did a study at one time. 65% of chapter members had done business with other chapter members. That's interesting. Quality of the CCIM, if they say they can do something, I'm pretty well understanding the integrity of a CCIM. I've always respected, and I love it. They're great family people as well, down to earth, very, very knowledgeable. And if they say they can do something, they'll try. And if you ask them to do something and they get time or explanation for one reason or another, they'll usually let you know. So they're very good to deal with. And so when it comes to developing good business relationships, which is still the bottom line in our business, you can expect to do business with a CCIM over time. Membership growth has been steadily increasing. The thirst for knowledge for commercial real estate, and especially a lot of people coming from the residential field. There's a way to take the mystery out, and I'm going to be showing people that are being introduced to. Myself and my product came out of a residential environment working with builders and gradually moved in, taking the courses and moving into selling industrial buildings and shopping centers. And there's essential 4 core that you take, and you can challenge, and you earn credits as you go along the way. And you can submit a portfolio of experience, anywhere from 20 to 30 deals that you've done in commercial real estate. And there's also some upper limits to, or minimum requirements, that kind of thing, number of deals. And then you get your CCIM designation after taking these courses. The curriculum is made up of these courses you see on the screen. And the Introduction to Commercial Investment Real Estate, it's a 2-day course. We have one coming up. I know this particular field we're making we passed the date, but in this year it happens to be November 29th and 30th at the Metro Toronto Convention. People, it's around $350, something like that. And it's really good because you'll be able to tax implications of investing in any commercial real estate, what building, apartment building, a $20 million shopping center, or a $100 million regional plaza. Be able to break it right down and really kind of understand it before and after tax. After tax, of course, depending on the corporate rate, etc. The CI 101 financial analysis. These courses are basically, I believe, 2 days, a day off, and then 2 days, and then you take an exam, that kind of thing. So things are taught within the course. Market analysis, user decision analysis. All of these, you can see them on 2 websites. The first one is, and you can mark it down, www.ccim.com. And then, of course, the chapter website is www.ccimcanada.com. Financial analysis, CI 101, you can see right on the screen, straightforward. It really does tell you and teach you about the time value. And tax implications of different properties and the creativity that you can have in financing and other things going on. And the tax implications of capital allowance, sheltering income during the term of the hold, all those kinds of things are discussed here. Really just over investing in the stock market for over time. And you'll see. Market analysis, of course, certain ways you'll be able to go in and understand whether it's an apartment building in a certain area, and then if you go into a certain area, whether it's one bedrooms or two bedrooms, those are the kind of things that can be analyzed in this market analysis, and along it goes with shopping centers and other things too. User decision analysis, leasing versus buying, and then it'll also get you into looking at lease type property. All that stuff. The investment analysis, impact of financing, tax implications. The interesting thing is the courses are put on any place in the world, and anyone from any place in the world can take the courses. So you can go to the U.S. and take it in Los Angeles, Chicago, Orlando, and the people from there can take it in Toronto, Vancouver, etc. It's the language of the world in commercial real estate. Upcoming courses, we just happen to have an intro course coming up November 29th and 30th at the Metro Toronto Convention Center. And then it'll naturally lead into CI 101, which will be in January or February. There is a chapter scholarship now for people who want to get started. You can write in and request a form to get started. Show you how you can put in for a chapter scholarship, which is $845 towards a course, and that'll be awarded in the new year. Okay. Now, to attend meetings, you do not have to be a CCIM or you can get started today. It's open to the public to the chapter. The only requirement is that if you want to become president someday of the chapter, then you do require CCIM designation. Great contacts to make things happen, knowledge to get where you're going, and the tools you need most of the time and talent. I call it commercial real estate in Ontario, and where we have to be located at the moment. And even though it's a particular meeting, sometimes on different meetings, and people's schedules, you'll on the chapter that's about publishing these things that can keep them connected during the busy, so they can see things with convenience. The speaker series, approximately 8 meetings per year. The membership is approximately $120. Allows you to attend these meetings for $5, and usually there's 2 RICO points for license. And we've had just exceptional speakers, and such as we've had today, speaking on the business that are actively involved. People like President of Canadian, or Vice President of Canadian Tire Corporation, speaking on the 50 properties across Canada, spoke at this particular meeting. Vice President Usling from Penrail Corporation on how they're spending $200 million to buy real estate all up and down the 407 and the reasons why. People from the TD Bank speaking on the economy and what's happening and how the softer landing here than, say, from what happened in the United States and the reasons why. A lot of these things can be used in your everyday and show them the differences of what's going on in real estate. The more knowledge, the better. Networking opportunities are second to none. You're going to be meeting with other like-minded and successful real estate professionals, and it's just a great spot to build long-term business relationships. It's one thing to talk on the phone, but if you can get together these meetings to kind of meet up with people here, it can develop long-term business relationships. Exchanging of haves or wants in our monthly breakfast meetings. We'll do that. If there is anything. We might just do, there's a couple of people I want to ask a few questions to here in these haves and wants. The chapter website, ccimcanada.com, and there will be speaker presentations you'll be able to see from the website as well. Your chapter name and number name will be also that is on the website. There is also opportunity. There's newsletters, updates on the industry, contributing to your profession and your community. If you're interested in becoming a member, we do have a kit outside the door. There's some of the numbers that you see there, and keep in touch through the website, email list, and we'll keep you informed. Thank you very much, and that concludes our session for today, and have a safe drive. We can do that. Right now, we're going to thank some of our sponsors too, XCG, the Toronto Real Estate Board, and the Ontario Business Trader Corporation, and ICIWorld.net, which happens to be the company that I'm with, Gary Nusca here. Okay, for just a short Have One session here for the Central Canada chapter, there's one thing I wanted to ask our environmental speaker. Are you looking to buy any problem land, brownfield development land, or anything like that? Well, let's put it this way. If we had a piece of environmentally contaminated land, and you look at it, we're not contracting you to do an assessment. We're just saying you want a piece of land. Do you have either yourselves or others? Okay. Okay. But you're not actively out there looking on a... Okay, at this time we do what is called a little have and want session. If you have any properties for sale that you'd like to share with anyone in the room, we've had a lot of connections made with other people in the room, or if you have a want, a buyer's looking to buy anything. Pretty well all of us have either a buyer or a tenant looking for anything. Mike, just be one of your ones maybe, or anything that's important to you at this time. Okay. Anyone else have any haves or wants right now? Now, anyone at all? Because I'm going to show you several. If you'd like to see them, notice what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the chapter website. I'm going to go to the chapter website. And on the chapter website, you're going to see on the right-hand side a little haves and wants of chapter members. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to click on the latest. The latest being the latest listings first, and you'll see the various categories. So depending on whether it's apartment buildings, shopping centers, commercial sites, or anything at all, if I was to click on all of them, you can actually see the latest listings coming in here over the last week, 2-3 weeks, that kind of thing, and you'll see them starting up here. Now these are in simple date order. If people that want gas stations, Perry Sound, businesses, restaurants, industrial warehouse, like if I was to click on that, there's a little industrial warehouse that's in Brighton for sale by Bruce Cook, CCIM. Bruce, for instance, has sold, and just from people overseas from placing it on this particular service. If I was to go back and you want to click on buyers for maybe shopping centers, for instance, I can click on buy latest on shopping centers for the wants, and you'll see a list of buyers for shopping centers. It's that fast. So the thing is, you put your information in here so people can kind of see that. If you want to see shopping centers for sale, by latest, you can click on that, and you'll see them coming up here on the screen. Durham, plazas for sale, Greater Toronto area, and it is all about developing business relationships with others, doing deals. Judy Casimir herself has sold a $50 million office building right here in Toronto, right through this service. Making connections. Now, if you want to sort them by price, you can just click on the word price up here, and if you want to sort, say, the shopping centers by price, the haves, for instance, you can click on by price, and you can see how very quickly you can see them. Now, the reason some of these solds are here and some of these other ones are here is for you to make connections with people. Is it possible that this particular person that sold this property knows about other ones in the marketplace. So really it's about networking. It's really not about the listings, although the listings get sold too. But I mean, if you're looking, you had a buyer for Sudbury, even though these ones are sold, could it help you to talk to that particular person in Sudbury? That completes our session for today.